Hello. Probably wondering what I'm doing. It's a little bit different this. I've come to Wrexham, which is about a 45-minute drive from where I live, and it's just after 2 o'clock in the morning, and literally we've come to see a castle, which there's nothing much left of it, but it was just random. I was sat at home, I was bored, thought what shall we do? Go for a drive. So we're like walking through a bit of a forest area near a little town called Holt, and it feels like the Blair Witch. So yeah, I'm gonna show you this castle at 2 o'clock in the morning. It is absolutely pitch black. Good job I've got a good torch. So we actually came to this castle last week as well, but unfortunately it started chucking down with rain and lightning, thunder and lightning, so we never actually did it. Now there's not much left of this castle, but I'll show you. There's a board here. That's what the castle used to look like. Had 5 towers. There's a little bit of history. I don't know if you can read that. Trying to get the torch so you can possibly read it. And that's what it did look like. Did you hear that in the trees then? Sounded like there was something there. Oh look, badger. It's a badger. See it?
Yeah.
I have never seen a real live badger in the wild before. That was scary. So anyway, there's some of the walls of the castle. Don't know, can you see it? Can't really make it out. Right, I'm gonna switch to my other camera and then you'll be able to see it. We need to be up there anyway. We're going the wrong way because there's some stairs there. So I'm gonna switch to the other camera. Right, okay, so there is some of the wall of the castle, and we'll go up on top, have a look around the top. Okay. Right, we need to go up this way.
Yeah.
And then I'll try and find some of the history on it when we get up there. Probably just on Wikipedia, and I'll read it out to you. Just hope no more badgers run out. That scared the living daylights out of me, that badger. Okay, so we've got some stairs. This just takes you up on top of it. As I say, there's not much there. There's another sort of map thing of it here. So,
Have you just seen something? Because I have.
what?
Just saw a spider crawling at me.
Shut up. No, I don't like spiders. Right, so we are here, according to this. Zoom. Right, the zoom's not very good. Okay, so we're going to go up these stairs. You see how it used to have 5 towers, this castle? And the checker tower at the front. And there would have been a drawbridge. That's probably this. This is the checker tower. If we're stood there looking at it, that's what we're looking at, this square part. So yeah, this must have been like the main entrance into the castle originally. Funny thing is, I mean, when you see how much a mess some of the walls are, and then you see like some parts which have stayed nice, like the steps there, and yeah, some of the stonework's actually still quite smooth. But what they tended to do with these castles was, after the wars and things like that, the castles became abandoned because they weren't needed. And then the locals would come and actually steal the stone to build walls, build houses, build pubs, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then literally just salvage the materials. Some sort of hole down there. Basically recycling all the materials. And these are all like a stepped. There is a little bit of a staircase over there, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'll just go through some of the history for you now. Right, I don't know if this is working very well or not, but just literally some history from Wikipedia. So Holt Castle was a medieval castle in the town of Holt, Wrexham. Work began in the 13th century during the Welsh Wars. The castle was sited on the Welsh-English border by the banks of the River Dee. Let's have a look. So it was built between 1282 and 1311 by John D. Warren. It's built out of sandstone, and it was demolished in 1675 to 1683. It was attacked by the uprising of Owen Glendower. In the medieval period, the 5-towered fortress was actually known as Castrum Leonis, or Castle Lions, because it had a lion motif carved into the sandwork above its main gate. In the 17th century, almost all the stonework was removed from the site. Only the base of the sandstone foundation remains. And that's it. Basically, that's all the info that's on Wikipedia about it. So yeah, I'll just take you around a little bit and show you what's left of the castle. Right, so I'm just going to walk around the perimeter of it. It's not that big. As I say, I think this is just more like, you know, like the gatehouse. The rest of the castle's gone. You know, probably would have been over there. I think there was a moat or something that ran the other side of those railings, and then into the main castle. But there's all these sort of, they look like steps, but we'll get a better view anyway in a minute, because we're going to walk around the outside of the castle as well and see what these actually are. I didn't actually look last time because, as I say, it was thunder and lightning, and we didn't want to be stood around in the middle of Wales getting drenched at 2 o'clock in the morning. And why do we come at 2 o'clock in the morning? Basically because it's fun, it's quiet, and I work nights, so I'm always wide awake in the middle of the night, sleep during the day when it's my days off, and it's my body clock basically. It's all up the pole, so I just get bored in the middle of the night when I can't sleep and just go for a random drive. And it's not the only castle I've been to, and you know, if you are watching this and you want to see more nighttime explores of castles, you know, there's a few that we've actually been to. I've been to Holt Castle, Holt Castle. We do them in the dark sometimes, and some of them even have like towers that we can go up in the middle of the night. If you want to see any more of them, comment below, and we'll be happy enough to go back and visit. Right, so this bit, hang on.
Be careful.
This bit's a little bit weird because it's all sloped down. Makes me wonder if there are any other people around here, or whether I'm just hearing more badgers. So I mentioned before that there's a bit of a staircase from one of the old entrances, and I'll show you it now. This is it. There we go. So there's a staircase, and it goes down to where that gate is, and in a moment when we go down the bottom I'll be able to show you that as well. I really don't know what the camera quality is like, whether it's zoomed in very well or... Hold on, see if I can zoom that in a bit more. Focus. It's times like this you need an extra set of hands. Do you want to just hold the torch there for me, please?
Go over there.
Point it there.
Yeah.
That's it. Right, I'll just zoom that in. There you go. Focus. I'm using a Nikon DSLR camera. You just move the torch. There we are. Yeah. So. Okay, thank you. Right, so if we go back down those steps. Actually, is it? No, it's just the one set of steps. It's literally this. That's all that's left of the castle. Just going right round. That's it. And no, there's another sign here. To show what the castle looked like. So, you are standing, hang on, blind everyone there. So you are standing in the courtyard of the centre of the castle. Oh, so we're actually in the middle of the castle. So, this must have all been completely backfilled, because according to this, we're there. It is not known whether the outer bailey was enclosed by a wall, a wooden palisade and ditch, or a hedge. However, it is unlikely that the castle precinct was not enclosed. Castle Street follows the edge of the castle's outer bailey. So, trying to show you, hang on, oh, you're picking that up, but there's like castle walls around it. So yeah, Right, so we're going to go back down the stairs and walk around the outer perimeter of this castle. Right, okay, so we're just walking around now the edge, the perimeter of the castle on the outside. So I'm guessing where we're standing now would have been like a moat, maybe? And it's just built on solid sandstone outcrop, and then the walls built on top, so they literally use that as the foundations. And even to this day, bits of the castle have fallen down. See, chunks of rock. If you look at that, you can probably see the tool marks on there would have been from the actual stonemason all those years ago, like, 700 years ago, actually chiseling away at the rock to shape it. That's amazing, that's history. And if you think, like, this is just the foundations of it, so this castle would have been absolutely huge when it was actually operational. I mean, to think it had 5 towers. So the strange thing is, though, as a defensive sort of structure, it was built out of sandstone. It's not exactly the toughest of materials. But, there's not much else around here, probably. I don't know. So, these are the bits where you can see, like, steps from the other side. So, I'm wondering if the land might have come up a bit more. I really don't know what they would have been. I think as we come around the other side, there's more bits of rock there. So, hang on, what have we got here? Some sort of hole in the wall there. I don't know what that would have been. Maybe drainage. Who knows? Could have even been from a toilet or something. I don't know. Like a little tunnel. Don't know if the camera's picking it up. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
And then those steps that I showed you before, with the gate at the bottom. There's the gate at the top. So it would have been some sort of entrance to what, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even know where the towers actually stood. Were they on these corners here, or did the castle extend out further to over here? I have no idea. Maybe there's a ditch there, so maybe that could have been part of the moat. Right, this bit's a bit tricky to get through now, so I'm not going to go any further around. So quiet though, that's the main thing. Not getting bothered by anybody or anything apart from badgers. Right, so that was Holt Castle. So yeah, I know it was a bit of a weird one, a bit random, but yeah, hope you liked it. I'm now going home to have a coffee. So yeah, comment below if you want to see more random visits to castles in the dark and things like that, and I'll do a few more. Just so you know as well, I will be going to Blackpool in a couple of weeks to do the piers and the Merlin attractions, so stay tuned for those. And probably going to be doing the sky coaster and the reverse bungee on the piers. So there'll be more POVs and vlogs coming soon. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.